Hey guys, Thomas Joseph here, and today we're talking chocolate. I'm going to break it down to the basics, and I'm going to let you know what all of those percentages mean and how to go about interchanging chocolates if you need to in your recipe. To start, let's go here. This is the chocolate-less chocolate, and that is white chocolate. Now, white chocolate is a mixture of cocoa butter that has been deodorized, milk solids, and sugar. So it really has no chocolate particles, no chocolate solids in it. It's really great in cookies and brownies. It's great for confections if you're melting it and coating things. It has a really high amount of sugar in it. So the one thing that you want to be careful with is when you're cooking it, when you're melting it, when it's in a recipe, you want to be mindful that you do not burn white chocolate. So be sensitive to the temperatures at which you heat this. Now, moving down the line here, I have milk chocolate. Now, milk chocolate is probably the most popular chocolate in the United States. And milk chocolate gets its name because it has, of course, milk solids in it. So it's different from dark chocolate in that it includes milk solids, but it has those cocoa solids, it has cocoa butter, it has sugar, and it also has the milk solids. And the milk solids and the high amount of sugar really help to keep milk chocolate a little bit softer, so it's not as snappy. You can see it kind of breaks apart, unlike dark chocolate, which has less sugar in it, and it has no milk solids, so it's a little bit crisper. It has a snap to it whenever you break it or chop it. Let's see. You hear it? There you go. So getting into this category here, dark chocolates, it's kind of an umbrella term, and it covers another very popular chocolate that's used in a lot of baking, whether that's brownies or chocolate chip cookies, and that is semi-sweet chocolate. That falls under the dark chocolate umbrella. Bittersweet chocolate, which is also used in a lot of baking recipes, and unsweetened chocolate. And those are the three varieties I have here in front of me. The differences here between the three change with the amount of cocoa solids present in the chocolate mixture. So the percentages of chocolate in this direction go up. And what does that mean? What's the other percentage? Well, that goes down, and that's sugar. So you have your cocoa solids and your cocoa particles, and included in that is some cocoa butter, but the rest of it, the remainder of it, is sugar. Now, you can play around with your recipes, brownie recipe, chocolate cake recipe, if it calls for bittersweet chocolate, and guess what? All you have in the house is semi-sweet chocolate chips or something like that, guys. What you can do is you can modify the recipe slightly, pull back on the amount of sugar that you have in your cake or your brownie because you're substituting with a sweeter chocolate. Does that make sense, guys? Also, if your recipe calls for semi-sweet and you only have unsweetened, again, you have to increase the sugar in your recipe. One thing you want to be careful with milk chocolate is that since it has those wonderful milk solids that keep it nice and soft and caramelly almost, and a high amount of sugar, which is delicious to eat, you want to be careful that if you substitute chocolate chips or something like that in your chocolate chip cookies, that you watch the temperature at which you bake things, because too high of a temperature will scorch the chocolate, burn it, and it will create unpleasant bitter flavor notes. So enough about baking. Now for your confections, if you're really serious about your chocolate work, if you want to make wonderful candies, or if you want to coat cakes with a nice glossy, beautiful chocolate, then I would encourage you to experiment and try and find what is called Cooperature chocolate. Cooperature is a specially formulated chocolate. It can be milk chocolate, it can be any type of dark chocolate. The percentages can move around, so both of those varieties, but it's specially formulated to give a wonderful shine, a beautiful finish, and a wonderful crisp texture to any candies that you might be making. So if you have a specialty baking store in your neighborhood, or if you can find it online, Cooperature, so many different brands make Cooperature specialty shops. Experiment with it, purchase it, and have some fun with it. And one more thing, you guys, with chocolate in general, when you store it in your kitchen, make sure you store it at about 60 to about 66 degrees Fahrenheit. So you want to keep it in a very cool place, keep it away from light because you don't want it to melt. And your chocolate will last for quite a bit of time. If you have it in a resealable plastic bag, that's great as well. So there you go, guys. I hope I've helped you understand chocolate a little bit more. It's encouraged you maybe to purchase a different percentage of chocolate that you might not commonly get. And you know what? Let us know what you're doing with your chocolate right in the comment section below, or as always, #Kitchen Conundrums, guys. We'd love to hear from you. Enjoy your chocolate.